Within the committee, there remains differing views on whether our zipper and now this plan change goes too far or not far enough, and I particularly want to acknowledge the outstanding concerns of both Arowhenua and Wairau. But I know despite our committee's differences, and for better or worse, our committee is proud of where we have got to, and I want to acknowledge that. I want to briefly touch on what I see as the most important aspect of the omnibus part of Plan Change 7, and that is our provisions relating to the identification of endangered native fish habitat and the associated new restrictions on activities to enable their protection. I am personally extremely proud of this council for taking the lead on this, and huge thanks to Olivia Cook and Andrea Richardson for leading on this. The quirkiness and general awesomeness of New Zealand's native fish was what first captured my interest in water and resource management issues, and I am just delighted that this council's elevation of biodiversity to our highest strategic priority alongside water is resulting in these kinds of statutory changes, which I don't doubt will greatly aid in the protection of the very cool yet often overlooked critters which make Canterbury unique. I've already made my views clear in previous meetings that I do not endorse the then recommendations of the Waimakariri zipper that pertain to both the discontent of Ngāi Tuahunuri and the nitrate priority area, which has implications for Christchurch's drinking water. Despite Schedule 1 consultation, the resulting plans across zone implications have remained unchanged, and even with on-farm mitigations, our modelling still anticipates nitrate pollution of Christchurch's drinking water in the coming 50 plus years. There has rightly been widespread concern about this and calls for additional research into the drinking water standard, and I absolutely support such calls. I want to emphasise, however, that a focus on the drinking water standard alone fails to recognise the absolute imperative of a healthy ecosystem in delivering us clean drinking water, and that according to New Zealand's experts in the areas of groundwater ecosystems and ecotoxicology, nitrate limits for ecosystem health are more than 10 times lower than what we humans can tolerate. Graham Fenwick, New Zealand's leading groundwater ecosystem scientist at NIWA, suggests in his evidence to the Waikoropupu Springs Water Conservation Order hearing a trigger value of 0.4 to 0.5 milligrams as a precautionary value to ensure ecosystem health. In his presentation, he states available research evidence empirically demonstrates that this standard, designed to protect human health, is inappropriate for ensuring the health of aquatic ecosystems and invertebrates under long-term exposure. Chris Hickey, New Zealand's leading ecotoxicologist, recommends where long lag times apply, a trigger value for management of 0.4 to 0.5 is appropriate. I believe this plan change has failed in recognising that it is the ecological health of the aquifers which have provided Christchurch with clean drinking water for decades and given us the privilege of being one of the largest remaining cities in the world to be able to drink our water without treatment. With all this at the forefront of my mind today, I continue to have the same reservations about this aspect of the proposed plan change as I did when I voted against endorsing the Waimakariri zipper. Now, in the notification of this plan change today, I consider it of utmost importance that the public have the opportunity to have their say on this, and it's my personal hope that the weight of public opinion and expert evidence will be able to change this plan to truly apply a precautionary approach in protecting the ecological health of Christchurch's aquifers and the privilege of the uncontaminated drinking water supply we have today. Younger and future generations will be facing much greater challenges in the form of climate disruption and all the social, cultural, environmental and economic issues associated with such disruption. The least we can do is provide them a safe, ecologically functional water supply. So with that in mind, I support the notification of this plan change to be open to public submission.